Well, hello everyone. Hello. Welcome back. I'm Kathleen and you are dining with Kathleen. Hi everybody. So, today we're talking about the leek. L-E-E-K, the leek. Not the leak from the faucet, but the leek, the actual plant, which is in the onion family. You've seen it in the store, maybe not, but a leek reminds me of a scallion, only it's big and it has really thick green leaves. It kind of looks like a scallion, but it isn't. It has, it's a much bigger thing. And the best part about the leek is you use only the tender white parts, which is at the end of the bulb, and the green parts are great for stock. So those you can actually chop them up and put them in a freezer bag and throw them in the freezer and use them for soup stock for down the road. So we don't waste anything. This part is the part that we're going to cook. And how that works is you slice these about so thick in rounds, and then you're going to cut them in half moons. So you have these little half circle things going on. And this should be washed in a colander like this and completely drained and dried. And then you could do a few things with this. You can saute it, add a little, add olive oil or whatever kind of oil you like to use, a little salt and pepper. And then you're just gonna swish it around, saute it for a few minutes, and then you can add this to do to other things. You can use it as a pizza topping. You can add it to other dishes. It's a very flavorful thing. You can make leek soup if you want to. Leek and potato soup. There are lots of recipes for that. You can roast it in the oven. And when you roast it, you're not gonna roast it like this. You're going to cross straight down on the horizontal plane, on the vertical plane, and then you're going to cut them in thicker slices, say like maybe 1-inch pieces, and then you'll roast that in the oven for about 15 minutes in the oven. You can also grill this. I would grill the whole thing in the half vertical slice, and then cut it up however you want to cut it up and however you want to serve it. There are many things that you can do this with. You can have this with a salad. It could be part of a pasta dish. The sky's the limit. You can get really creative with working with this. So I'm heating up the pan. I actually forgot to press the start button. How about that? Okay, so that'll work, right? I'm going to use a little bit of the sunflower oil. I have seasoning. You can do salt and pepper, but I decided I wanted to jazz mine up just a little bit, and I'm using garlic parmesan seasoning. I have freshly chopped garlic, and I have organic dried pasta that I dried myself. Pesto. Organic pesto that I dried myself. I'm going to add some green beans to my mixture, and I have the mushrooms. These are baby bellas, nice and sliced. But for time's sake, we're just going to get down to the whole sauteing of our leek. It smells like an onion because it is in the onion family. But it's got a sweet flavor to it, which is really nice. I kind of like it raw, just the way it is. I could see myself putting that in a salad and call it a day. That's an option for you. All right, so our pan is heating up really nicely. I'm just doing like a medium high heat. That's pretty good. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil, just a little bit, not too much. back on there. Get that a little bit hotter. All right, here we go. Here's our sizzle, swishing around. There we go. Coating everything. Keep swishing it around. Swishing. And everything gets a little bit of the coating of the oil. You could also do this in a no oil method. You would just be using water. So I would suggest that you use filtered water, of course. And you kind of play around with it because you don't want it swimming in the water. You can also use a white wine for added flavor. Now I'm going to add my garlic. I'm going to swish that around. Love the way this is turning out. Looks so good. Smells delicious. And now we're going to add our seasoning. Sprinkle generously our seasoning. And we will continue to mix all the flavor together. Now, like I said, with the green part of the leek, you can use that to make soup stock. And then have that on hand for flavoring other things. Okay, so now I have my little bit of dried basil. I'm adding that in there. Okay, this is all coming together really nicely. And the next thing, I have the mushrooms. Throw those in there. Looks good, right? The mushrooms are going to give us the protein that we need. And just before it's ready to turn off, I'm going to add our green peas. What I'm doing is I'm adding a little bit of water, just a little bit. Get everything all mixed nicely. You know, mushrooms, you can cook them the way you like them. If you like them really cooked thoroughly through, you can do that. Or you can just get them nice and warmed up and mixed in with the seasoning. And have it almost like steamed, but we're sauteing. That looks pretty good. Now the next thing that I'm going to add in here is our peas. And then the same thing, we just continue to saute everything. Mixing it all together. Now, how would you serve this? Well, I'm going to serve mine with pasta. I have these little pasta shells that I'm going to be using, and they are made from chickpeas. The brand is Banza. It's like Banza, B-A-N-Z-A. It's one of the ones that I found cooks up real nice. And I feel like I'm having regular gluten-free pasta. Actually, I feel like I'm having regular pasta. I'm not really a fan of the regular gluten-free pasta. But then you gotta know how to cook it. Once you master the cooking part, then it's okay. All right, so here we go. We have that. So now I'm just going to show you what I did was I made the pasta, and I have a vegan creamy cheese in here and some vegan Parmesan cheese. So I'm just gonna throw that right in there with that. Mix it all up. Okay. Let's just stir this just a little bit. Doesn't need much. I'm just going to turn it down to medium low. It's all mixing well together. This doesn't need much. And if you did decide maybe you wanted to do a pizza, you could do a mushroom pizza. Throw some other veggies on top. You could actually have, if you like the onions, you can just have the oniony flavor, the sweet onion of the leek. You can have the leeks on your pizza, which is also very nice. Now what we're going to do is we're going to scoop out a little bit to try. And let's see how this is. That looks really good. So, let's see. We want to get a little bit of everything. And scoop that all together. That's delicious. You can make a salad to go with this. Guarantee you, you'll be satisfied, you'll be full. And that's what's for dinner. By the way, guys, it's Meatless Monday.